Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera, aka Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, overall, when we are talking about everything within the Hedera community, we are going to touch bases on the price real quick, but also a bunch of other stuff. So if you do find any of the information in this video valuable or useful or even interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. So let's just kind of, touch base real quick on the, price, right? So because when we're talking about the prices of all these altcoins, everything is down severely. I mean, even Hbar broke down below 20 cents, which is also down below our points of interest, actually. Right now, if we're looking at here on the all-time low, it was like about 19 cents almost exact. If we go to the all-time chart, look at how low we are. I mean, that's absolutely, it's crazy. Okay? And when we're talking about our all-time low, or I shouldn't say all-time low, but our summer lows, that's what, we've been pretty much watching, it's around like 16 cents. So we're closing the gap in on that. And, when we're talking about a lot of these areas to buy in terms of Hbar, now that we broke that structure, it's time to look for a little bit of a lower buy if you can. But overall, the problem with that is that we're chasing things that, one, are extremely oversold. If you're looking at the daily RSI, even on Bitcoin, even on Hbar, even on XRP, even on a lot of these altcoins, they are severely oversold. Trading volume up 43.80%. Nothing too bullish with that. It's just people who are, buying the dip. I just want you all to understand that, and I know that this goes through everybody's minds right now. Like, everybody's probably watching this thinking, wow, who would have guessed that Bitcoin would be at 34.3K or whatever, right? I was calling for 37.5K when we were at about, $45,000. We kept rejecting the 44K mark, which told me that, hey, we're going to see massive downside. And when we're talking about Hbar, right, we know that this is not Hbar's real value. Okay? We know a lot of these altcoins are not at their face value right now. Yeah, sure. Is Bitcoin pulling down the market right now? Yes, 100%. I'm not going to deny that. We're in a Bitcoin market. I've always said that we are. We're not in a utility-driven market. Until we are, the true value of a lot of these assets will not be shown. Okay? We need to unlock that value. We need to unlock that potential behind a lot of these assets. And where does that, come into play? Regulations. We're seeing regulations being talked about almost on a day-to-day basis. We're seeing a lot of talks around Bitcoin, about, proof of work in general, which, hey, guess what? Proof of work, it basically doesn't work. I mean, that's pretty much the basis behind this. So, right now, I am really kind of focusing on a lot of, the indices, the major overall, when we're talking about stocks compared to crypto, stocks do play a huge role in crypto success. So, today was a little bit of a rough day overall, but, I am looking forward to seeing a little bit of a bounce back by the end of this weekend, knowing it is the weekly and also the monthly candle close. We get the weekly on Sunday, we get the monthly on Monday. So definitely keep a close eye out on that. Now, let's talk about this. So, we still see the idea of, Ethereum killers. Will onslaught of Ethereum killers take shine, off of the Ethereum overall market as the market falls, right? So they're pretty much projecting, or I should say they're pretty much asking if, are these Ethereum killers going to be the ones that are in the spotlight going forward here? The best one that they mentioned was, of course, Hedera. We do see, there's Hedera, an enterprise-focused decentralized blockchain with a $4 billion market cap. Major corporations own it, like Tata Communications, Wipro, Google, IBM. So if you don't like corporations, then maybe Hedera isn't the place. But if you, basically believe that corporations are going to get into blockchains, and they are, then maybe this is another alternative to Ethereum as, an investment. And, honestly, when we're talking about things that are coming to this space, I honestly think that a lot of these sustainable, green, overall extremely scalable, fast, efficient DLT technologies, crypto technologies are going to thrive greatly. Now, I always hated the idea of calling this an Ethereum killer. I've always said that, yes, it does have the potential to essentially usurp some, overall Ethereum dominance and money. And I do still believe that. I honestly think that we will be as big, if not bigger, than Ethereum at some point in time. Of course, we do see here. Is Hedera an Ethereum killer? No, because Ethereum is killing itself. This is the base point, right? Even with Solana. Is Hedera a Solana killer? No, because Solana is killing itself. Hedera is not here to complete, well, I shouldn't say, complete, but compete. Hbar to the moon, made a mistake there. But it's not here to compete with blockchain or kill other networks. It is here to bring real value, trust, and security to the world, right? When we're talking about a lot of these assets, when we're talking about a lot of these networks, they are truly kind of killing themselves when they pretty much bring themselves into this market. A lot of people are probably wondering, what are you talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. Solana has been down for around 72 hours. It can't scale, won't scale. Why Solana is still among the top 10? Because this market is definitely sentimental. When you have an pretty much obvious solution in front of your eyes, why do you ignore it? To sum up, Hedera is the only key to success. And I just want you all to understand, okay? When we are talking about these assets, when we're talking about the top 10 list, okay? The true value behind Hedera has yet to be unlocked. Okay? Notice that. 1. 2. Understand that when we're talking about these assets at scale, when they're actually being utilized, like for an example, like Solana exploded in value. I'm not going to deny that. In fact, it's been down severely lately because a lot of people are realizing and seeing that, hey, the network actually has been down for 72 hours. But it doesn't matter because gains were made. Go to the all-time chart. Look at this. Going back to just January last year, right? It was sitting at $3. It hit almost $300. So, this made incredible gains. Those who were, early holders of this asset made incredible gains. But the reason why I bring that up and the reason why I talk about it is because, even if we're coming down here to see the all-time, for an example, like the all-time low that was 2 years ago during pretty much the March of 2020. It was sitting at 50.5 cents. It was up severely. It was up like 40,000%. Imagine if Hbar pulled a 40,000% run. And I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, we have obvious solutions to the problems within this market. But again, these legitimate, incredible projects get tossed aside while hype gets bought up like it's nothing. And of course, we are still seeing massive overall developments happening on Hedera, especially from Hashpack Wallet. Secure Trade is now live after much anticipation. We're excited to announce the launch of our Secure Trade and Multi-Trace feature on Hashpack. Send up to 8 NFTs in a single transaction. And this is awesome. We do see here, it allows for direct peer-to-peer trading and secondary sales of NFTs for both creators and collectors. Secure Trade also handles all of the royalties, fees, and token association, meaning creators get fairly paid. Both parties will need Hashpack in order to use Secure Trade. You could use either our Chrome extension or browser-based wallet. You may need to restart your browser in order to update, but of course, when we're talking about this is going to be huge. Listen, NFTs on Hedera, with all of these incredible dApps that are being built, I am so excited. Okay, I'm so excited for these little wallets. Like you can call them, apps, little apps, whatever you want to call them, right? They're small, but they are huge in terms of what they are delivering. That's what I like to see. You go look at other networks and there's like these little, tiny dApps that are, doing this or doing that we always hear about. We're seeing actual innovation happening on Hedera. These are innovative overall updates within the NFT scene, within a lot of these, markets, even going back to, DeFi, right? We've seen Saucer Swap killing the DeFi game. It's a Hedera native, automated market maker DeFi protocol. It's a liquidity pool as well. Swap any HTS token in available, in available LPs. Crop circles, yield farms, stake LP tokens, lock in for higher APRs, intergalactic cross swaps, swap tokens between Hedera and other networks, and more. There's so much here. These are the types of use cases that you want to see. I am just so excited for the future of a lot of these little projects that are going to really kind of grow into massive projects. Like this has games, social, NFTs. I mean, there's so much within this. It's a DeFi giant, but it's also so much more as well. This is what I'm excited for. This is exactly what I want to see. Also, let's connect some massive dots. So, guys, I got a message from MC. You guys can see his at there. It's Curtism 2022 or 22. Sorry. I hope that I said that right. But of course, we do see here this guy is connected to Mance and also publicly commented. This is Brandon B. Strategy, Global Food and Agribusiness business at EY Parthenon. Right now, the funny thing about this is, first off, check this out. Right. So he says he's a high-ranking guy at EY Parthenon. This is a giant division of EY, Ernst & Young, a very high-profile global consulting firm. These are the kind of consultants that companies pay basically $500 to $1,000 an hour to talk to. Look at his areas of expertise. This touches all parts of the supply chain. Look at his location, Bentonville, Arkansas, the global headquarters of Walmart. Right, and of course we do see Mance sharing this 10 hours ago, talking about the next phase in our journey to making Hedera the trust layer of the internet. This is pretty much that major, update of them pretty much going open source. Here's Brennan B, as you guys can see. Here's EY Parthenon as well. Again, this is huge. Main points of focus: value networks and traceability, future of food service, QSR/grocery, digital, automation, robotics, trust by transparency systems, DLTs, commercial due diligence. And I'm really kind of focused on DLTs here, Internet of Things as well. Supply chain, we know, Hedera is really focused on the supply chain. And then, of course, EY Parthenon, as you guys can see, 6,500 professionals. Like, this is a huge overall consultancy firm. So this is huge. And when we're talking about this post, so here's that post that, was quoted. Best part about it is if we scroll down, here's Brendan B, right? Your wisdom and sound business, acumen for positioning and establishing this technology is impressive. Listen, I'm just going to say it right now. I think that there's a lot of connections behind the doors for a lot of things, specifically supply chain use cases within huge markets. Supply chain is probably one of the biggest things right now. I don't know if you are all aware, but the supply chain in the US has been disrupted greatly. It's very poorly developed, it's poorly, ran. I think overall, when we're talking about the global supply chain, I think it could be disrupted greatly by DLT technologies, and I think that this is the perfect asset to do so. We know that a lot of these major networks cannot scale. I've talked to you guys about Solana not being able to scale. I've talked to you guys about Hedera having poor scalability as well. When we're talking about Hedera, it truly is only one of the major players in this game that can handle the scale. Don't take my word for it. Take Neuron's word for it. They've said themselves, we needed to go through something like Hedera because of scalability concerns. They were the only DLT to actually match the demand. That's huge. That's why I don't care, about it being an Ethereum killer or this killer or that killer. I don't care for that kind of stuff. I care for the idea on what are they building? What are they doing? What's the team behind it? Are they continuing to make developmental upgrades and updates? That's what I care about. What you should all care about is being invested into something that's in the top 10 and it being down for 72 hours and nobody really caring. The fact that Solana is still in the top 10 after it's been down multiple times in the last month and now it's down for, 3 days in a row, that's terrible. Okay? That's a major issue as well. And I don't like to talk down upon any of these networks. I'm just saying there's obviously scalability problems. And it's evident. It's evidently clear to me that when we're talking about a lot of these assets within this space, the top 10 is going to be reshaped, reformed, and revolutionized as we do march on into an overall utility grade market. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.